Welcome to tonight's 10 o'clock news. I'm Alex and I'll be your host for this evening. First thing up, an exciting breakthrough in technology was announced today as a new Snapchat filter was released. It features the face of a dog, turning the user into a cute household pet. Our on-field reporter is currently at Snapchat headquarters and will give us more insight. Ken?
Whoa, hold on. I'm at the crime scene of the murder of 15 preschool children right now, not Snapchat headquarters.
Why are you there? No one cares about some murder case. The new filter just got released.
Don't you think a murder is significantly more important than some stupid Snapchat filter?
No, this Snapchat filter will change how we communicate for centuries.
That is so dumb.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Anyways, the new Snapchat filter has boosted its popularity, making it the most popular app in the world. To celebrate, we are going to do something a little bit different tonight and give you some brief insight on the origins of social media. This episode will feature the beginnings of social media from the platform MySpace.
That's so dumb.
Fine then, the origins of the smartphone.
Let me go throw up really quick.
The internet.
So you trying to kill everyone with boredom?
What do you want me to say?
Well, how about the earliest forms of communication in modern America, like the typewriter?
That sounds like a bad idea.
Well, sucks. Let me take over. Welcome to the 10 o'clock news. I'm Ken, I'll be your host, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Have you ever had problems with your typewriter? Has the paper not reset properly, or the ink bled, ruining your paper? Well, stop struggling with that piece of trash with our brand new Typewriter 3000. Its sleek design, paired with its structural base, makes it the perfect machine for all your paperwork. Whether it be at home, at the workplace, or at a meeting typing up posters for a women's suffrage movement, the Typewriter 3000 will get the job done. Get your very own right now for only 3 payments of $19.99, plus shipping and handling, of course. That adds an extra $250.05 because of the ridiculous transportation taxes on railroads due to that ding-dong Cornelius Vanderbilt's monopolizing the industry. But no matter, call right now at 1-800-554-3000. That's 1-800-554-3000. Call now. Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on typewriter insurance.
Welcome back to the 10 o'clock news. As mentioned before, the typewriter was one of the earliest forms of communication in modern America. The typewriter itself took decades to develop, but its final design was finished in 1868 by Christopher Latham Scholes, Frank Haven Hall, Carlos Glidden, and Samuel W. Soule. Currently, they are showing their invention at the National Invention Convention Hullabalooza in Times Square, New York, where our reporter Alex is stationed. Alex?
I'm here in Times Square, and wow, this is amazing. There are inventors everywhere showing off their new inventions. And this here is a station in which the first working typewriter is being shown. Excuse me, sir. Sir, could you tell us about your invention?
Of course. This here is the world's first working typewriter. Capable of getting words to paper faster than we've ever seen before. Its features include a cylindrical pattern and a QWERTY keyboard. The only drawback is the machine can only type uppercase letters, but who needs lowercase, right?
That sounds incredible. How do you think this will change communication over America?
We're not done talking. Okay. Well, I mean, with this machine, letters and notes will be written at significantly faster rates. Books can be reproduced easier. Pamphlets and flyers can be made with more ease. Communication across America will be changed for the better. But this invention will benefit America. Actually the world. I mean, the human race itself, if you think about it. This is the future, and this is America. But you should actually really go back to the kitchen because I need a sandwich, so.
Wow, someone's patriotic. Okay, back to you, Ken.
Thanks, Alex. Although the typewriter was a turning point in communication history, it did have its downsides. For one, it was extremely expensive, so only the upper class could afford it. Because of this, it was widely unpopular until it was adopted by the workforce, which provided jobs to the underrepresented, such as women. The typewriter remained somewhat idle for most of its career, being used only by a select few, but another invention followed it about 2 years later, which still significantly influences America today, much more than the typewriter. We'll tell you all about it right after we get back.
Hello?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Barney.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Bonjour.
Hi. How you doing there? Yo. Yo, yo.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, we will now be talking about the telephone. The telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. His years of hard work finally paid off as he was able to communicate with his servant all the way across the house.
The invention works by using sound waves caused by an electric current to vary the intensity and frequency, causing a thin, soft iron plate to vibrate. The vibrations are then transferred magnetically to another wire connected to a diaphragm in another distant instrument. When the diaphragm vibrated, the original sound would be replicated into the ear of the receiving instrument.
Where were we? Yeah, what she said. Anyways, yeah, so the telephone was a great invention in the way that it allowed long-distance communication. So it was an actual real success, unlike the train wreck of a typewriter.
Hold on, I'm getting a word that there is something going on at a Supreme Court house. It's about the patent rights on the telephone. Someone apparently tried to develop another model of the telephone even though Bell has a patent on that machine.
Ooh, I love drama. Let's get over there.
2,000 years later.
So we're here at the Supreme Court and boy is it a mess. Bell sued the Western Union Telegraph Company for supposed ignorance on his patent. And we're currently at the climax of the issue. However, it looks like Bell is winning the case. Oh, I think they just reached a verdict. Let's go see. Oh, there's Mr. Bell himself. Let's go talk to him. Excuse me, Mr. Bell.
What do you want? I have things to do, places to be, things to invent.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Great. What was the verdict of the case just now?
Well, the buffoons over there, they tried to steal my patent, but luckily the Supreme Court ruled in my favor, giving me my patent rights.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad you get to keep your invention.
Anything else?
Oh, yes, one more thing. How do you think your invention will benefit America?
Benefit America? Communications will be changed forever. Letters and postal services, they'll become prehistoric once my invention gets released. People will be able to communicate across buildings, cities, maybe even states. This will revolutionize America for the better.
I see. Well, thank you for your time.
Whatever.
Well, you heard it, folks. The telephone is a revolutionary device, capable of changing the world as we know it. For example, the 19th Amendment, the one that lets women vote, only exists because of communication technology. Through inventions like the telephone, activists were able to work together across the country in order to fight for a common cause. Well, now it's time to head back, but where's Ken? God, he gets on my nerves. Let's go. We're back. Now after the telephone, the next...
And we are back. So, after the telephone, the next invention in communication was the radio.
What the heck? I was in the middle of saying that.
You know what? Well, you're doing a bad job. Anyways, the radio, it ultimately led to...
The first cellular phones.
Alex, no spoilers. My gosh.
Sorry, mister. I'm on my man period.
Anyways, so, the first radio was invented by 1895 by this Italian guy named, Guglielmo Macaroni? Something like that. Anyway. Yeah, so anyways, and in 1899 he flashed the first wireless signal across the English Channel, which is this one channel in Europe that's like English, like a TV channel, so it's water. Anyways, so they began using these radios in ships and airplanes, either between ships to ships or from control center to pilot. So, maritime aviation and land-based communication are one of the most important forms of the radio in this day. Alex, what are you doing? So distracted.
Sorry, I'm here.
Yeah, but you're honestly such a pain in the butt to work with.
Well, whatever. This radio thing is redundant anyways.
How is it redundant? It's the most important invention.
I don't know. That's what they told me.
Oh, no. Shut up. Okay, we don't need to hear any of this negativity because the radio was an amazing invention, okay? It was very helpful in that it provided the general public with more information than they ever got before. Families could sit in the living rooms together and listen to the news about war, politics, economics, whatever they needed to know, right? They could even hear about sales at Macy's, for goodness sake. So, information was also more accessible to soldiers and generals during the war, right? Between troops. So it helped develop attack strategies way nicer. It was the first time in history that people could communicate over long distances wirelessly in such a quick amount of time.
Why'd you cut me off? It was so mean of you.
Because you were being biased towards the most important technological advance in all time.
Well, did you know that it gave businesses the opportunity to be advertising annoyingly?
First of all, I like ads, like Super Bowl ads. They're pretty cool. Anyways, so we've somehow lost Alex again. I don't know. Probably her mic problem. But we'll be right back after this short commercial.
Leading television experts, cameramen, soundmen, engineers choose Motorola. Leading television stars like Ruth Hussey, Edward Arnold, and Lorraine Day say,
"See me at my best. See me on a Motorola."
Your eye tells why Motorola gives clearer, sharper pictures. For example, only Motorola has Glare Guard, the curved screen that eliminates up to 98% of all reflected glare. You'll find Glare Guard on the beautiful new Motorolas.
Well, that's it for this evening, folks.
No, we have one more thing. We have to talk about the television. So, the television was first put out to the public in 1925 by Philip Farnsworth, Charles Jenkins, and John Baird. It has become immensely popular in modern society, especially in America. But some people hated it and thought it was dumb. They called it the idiot box.
You know what this is? This is an idiot box. Go sit in it.
Some people hated it because they had to sit and watch some buggers like Ken here who can't control themselves on live TV.
I can control myself fine. It's just you keep talking. So.
Obviously. Anyways, the first show on television that was ever played, The Queen's Messenger, and a one-act play broadcasted on September 11, 1928. Television shows progressed more and more over time, starting out with only a few channels and shows, but there are thousands of shows in all different languages around the world, including Ken's favorite language, sarcasm.
I'm never sarcastic. Ever.
Can we just get this down? It's already late.
Believe me, that's what I was trying to do. What do you think is the best way to describe TV progression throughout the decade?
Well, as the TVs got smaller, people got bigger, and I guess you could say television is a weapon of mass distraction.
Oh, wow. You're so funny. That joke is so old it has an antenna on it.
That was so cheesy.
You know what? Not as cheesy as Mary and Kay and Johnny, which was the first TV show to ever aired.
You know what wasn't cheesy? The video of the Vietnam War.
You totally just killed the mood. Why did you have to do that?
Well,
That's not funny.
Well, it shows a possible negative aspect to TV. The Vietnam War was one of the first televised war, so Americans could watch actual footage of the war from their living rooms back at home.
Well, I guess you're not a complete birdway.
Well, at least I'm not a complete, egomaniac.
Whatever.
We'll be right back after I deal with this egghead.
Hey, if I wasn't, I could be scrambled.
Because of your non-existent thought process.
Well, milk scrambled. And we're back. Well, after this exchange with this inconsiderate and unprofessional dictionary here, we are at one of the most important technological advancements in history.
What's with you and the word technological advancements?
What? It just makes me sound smart.
Emphasis on sound?
Whatever. Anyways, the computer was first invented in 1941 by Conrad Zuse, and it provided a basis for the best technological advancement in the world. Even better than the radio, which was the internet. While the Z3 was the first, it was only used for aerodynamic calculations. Now, for those of you at home that don't know what aerodynamic means, aerodynamic is something that you learn in kindergarten, right? Kindergarten. And you all are probably like juniors or seniors right now. Gosh, that's terrible. Anyways, it was one of the most famous electronic computers at the time was the ENIAC, which was the Electronic Numerical Integrator Analyzer and Computer.
That's a mouthful.
It was enormous and very pricey. The common man did not have it because it would need a team of engineers to keep it running. It would fit about the size of a whole room. The inventions of PCs, however, led to what we now call the interweb.
The interweb? What?
It's the internet. It's the same thing. You know, web, net.
No one calls it the interweb, Ken. That's an olden day word.
It's a sophisticated word. Not that you would know what sophisticated means. But anyways, the creation of the internet was first known in the 1960s. It was called the ARPANET.
That's a dumb name.
It stands for Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, Miss Undereducated. It began to develop a similar form that is now recognizable today in 1990. Tim Berners-Lee, a computer scientist, invented the World Wide Web. However, it is not the same as the internet today.
Then why did you say web first time?
Okay, honestly, you're wrecking my train of thought, okay? So I have a train of thought, and what you're doing is you're like ramming it multiple times, okay? I can't think when you keep butting in like this. Anyways, it was used to access data online using hyperlinks and websites. This helped create a starting point for other engineers to develop it into what the internet is today.
Interesting.
You're just saying like you don't know what I'm saying. Very well. Anyways, we will be back after this commercial break.
I used to ask if you could hear me now, but I switched to Sprint. Their network reliability is within 1% of Verizon. And get this, if you switch to Sprint's new unlimited plan, you have the freedom to do virtually whatever you want.
Is there no worrying about gigabytes, megabytes, overages, illphobia?
That's the dream right there!
Well, sister's gonna text, bank, post, tweet, snap.
In the bathtub! Woo!
Get unlimited mobile optimized data, talk, and text. Plus, get $800 to spend any way you want when you switch a family of 4 to Sprint. That's $200 for every line you bring.
Well, that is it for tonight's show, and thanks for tuning in.
In conclusion, communication has developed significantly since the typewriter, evolving to today's social media platforms.
That's right. However, how have these changes been for the better?
Of course, we can now communicate with people faster than before, easier than before, and better than before. Everything's becoming more convenient.
Although that's true, social media has led to the increase of cyberbullying, depression, suicide, and other negative occurrences. Also, it has made our race lazier.
Okay, but still, social media is and will always be the greatest invention of the century.
I don't think so. Garlic fries was a pretty monumental discovery.
What the heck does garlic fries have to do with anything? I'm gonna tweet this.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Social media has led to the invention of a new addiction. Technology addiction.
I'm not addicted.
Then tell me how many likes your last Instagram post got.
365, and I got 4 more followers, not including all the other ones that are asleep on the other side of the world right now.
Addicted.
Not addicted. Well, how do you suppose we fix this problem?
Well, for one thing, we can go back to old practices. We could start doing things on paper. Although that's bad for the environment, it could lead to us not being as addicted. Also, we could try to reduce screen time nationally or have community-wide events where we unplug from the internet for a day.
For once, I agree with you.
Well, of course, I'm always right.
Are not.
Yes, I am.
No.
Yes, I am.
No.
At least I don't read off a script.
You are!
No, you are.
No, I'm not. What? Hey, no.
Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Next week, we'll be talking about how women in society are a problem.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. What are you supposed to mean?
Ah!